We are live and recording.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the February 4th Committee of Bar Examiners Subcommittee of Eligibility and Testing Accommodations meeting. As a reminder, this meeting is being recorded. I am calling this meeting to order now as chair of this subcommittee. Devin, do you mind please calling roll?
Burns,
Present.
Bolton,
Present.
Lawrence,
Here.
Montgomery, Reyna,
Here.
Silva Guzman. We have a quorum.
Thank you. As required by the Bagley-Keene Act, Open Meeting Act, members are to appear visibly on camera during teleconference meetings, except if a member is unable to appear by video due to connectivity challenges. We ask that any members who are present with their cameras off state their names and reasons for not being on camera. Additionally, if a member joins the meeting after roll call, they should raise their hand virtually to notify the chair and the public of their presence. If their camera is off, they should provide an explanation. Members should also raise their hands when leaving and returning to the meeting if they will be absent for more than 5 minutes. Next on the agenda is call for public comment. Before we begin public comment, I would like to remind everyone that under the Bagley-Keene Open Meeting Act, public comments must pertain to items that are on the agenda or be related to matters that are within the jurisdiction of this agency. Specifically, the subcommittee exercises oversight of testing accommodations and eligibility to sit for a state bar administered exam. Members of the public wishing to comment were encouraged to submit written comments prior to the meeting to ensure that the subcommittee would have time to consider those comments. To facilitate hearings as many members of the public as possible, I encourage you not to repeat points that were made by previous speakers. Additionally, as the chair of the subcommittee on testing accommodations, I'm going to exercise the option to limit each speaker's time to 2 minutes. For those who are participating by Zoom video, you should have a function for virtually raising your hand. It is a hand icon and should appear at the bottom center of your screen. If you wish to address the subcommittee, please click on the hand icon now, and the committee coordinator will call on you in order that hands are raised. For those who are participating by phone, you may virtually raise your hand by pressing *9. That is the star key, then number 9. Again, doing so will alert staff that you would like to make a comment, and the committee coordinator will call on you and open your microphone so that you can address the committee. For those who are participating from a noticed location, please alert the committee member or the State Bar staff member present in the room that you would like to make comment. Staff will have an on-screen countdown timer visible to all attendees during the duration of your public comment. The timer's 2-minute countdown will begin as soon as you start your comment. The on-screen timer will flash throughout the final 10 seconds. Subcommittee members, please advise if there are members of the public at your noticed locations that wish to provide public comment. Devin will now call on members of the public who signed up in advance.
Chair, we do not have any members of the public who have signed up in advance, but we do have several raised hands.
Okay, thank you. Do you mind calling on those individuals?
Our first public comment is from Kai On.
Good afternoon. My name is Kai On. Sacramento City Council used a UC Davis internship student to email me a fake police report. I went to UC Davis Law School and submitted a letter to the dean. However, the dean ignored me. 26 years ago, political power controlled Sacramento law enforcement and DA office, making up a story about my father was killed by hit and run. Right now, political power is controlling UC Davis Law School and State Bar to cover up Sacramento DA office provide fake information. DA case number 99F08735. Fake defendant Zhong Shofang Q Wun Kong On. I wonder how this committee can prevent political power from controlling state bar examiner. If political power can control any policy in state bar of California, the work of all state bar committee become no meaning. All members, please inform all California citizens about this incident and stop political power to control California justice and legal system. Thank you.
Thank you for your public comment. Devin, is there another?
There is. Our next public comment is from Jessica Ditch.
Rule 4.29A3 says I must study a minimum of 24 weeks to receive credit for 1/2 year of study. Then after 4 years, I can sit for the bar exam. This rule does not align with the notation on the law office study session semi-annual report cover sheets, which say a minimum of 24 weeks and no more than a maximum of 26 weeks. Nowhere in the state bar rules and nowhere in the business and professions code that governs the law office study program does it say anything about 26 weeks equating to a 1/2 year. It says 24. Given that the Eligibility Office refused to forward my December petition requesting policy clarification to the CBE and subsequently denied my request for computed credit totaling 4 years, not including the disputed sessions we've discussed in the past, I've provided 3 solid pathways, all within the scope of the rules, and they have either denied or ignored my requests and refused to forward my petition. While facilitating any of those is within the rules and at least should have been brought to the committee when requested, what I'm asking for here and now is unquestionably reasonable and new to most of you. My first 4 study sessions contained 26 weeks, giving me an excess of 8 or even 9 weeks above the 3 years that I have been credited. I will submit my second to last study session next week, and the final one can be submitted, presuming I'm awarded credit for the work that's already been certified, prior to the July 14th deadline. There are 4 avenues. 1, review the 18 disputed months for substance per the Supreme Court remand. 2, allow me to count a 5-day work week, because Rule 4.29 says that it must be studied during week, and the word week is undefined. 3, allow me to complete my last exam before the July 14th deadline with a certification from my supervising attorney that I'll complete the final 36 hours before the 28th. Or allow the 8 weeks that have already been credited at the beginning of my study session to add to the total. 48 weeks times 4 years is 192 weeks. I will have 192 weeks before July 14th, and it's not okay to continue.
Thank you. Your time has concluded.
I will email. Thank you.
Thank you for your public comment. Devin, are there any more?
We do not have any additional raised hands.
I want to thank all those for your public comments. This concludes the public comment period. You may all move to the closed session link that was emailed by Christina Dole earlier today. Thank you. We're still just waiting on a few to return to the open session. Just give it a minute, as I think we're just waiting on Dr. Bolton.
And if he's having trouble, we can go ahead and close without him.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us today. This meeting is adjourned, and thank you so much for your participation.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.